What is up, fanboys? We are back with another reaction video, and you know what? I've been off the grid a little bit because I've been trying to do this independent cipher. It consumed so much of my time over the last couple weeks. I really wanted to do it to put an opportunity out there for some independent people to just get some exposure and for people to just, hopefully go check out their channels. Um, in the meantime, I've had a lot of requests and a lot of things that I got to get caught up on. So I want to hit my girl first. April G showers, fist pump. You know how she does. This she sent to me and said, "Look, this is the hardest piece that I've ever written in my life because it has to do with she was." Involved in a school shooting and really had some unfortunate circumstances take place where she saw her best friend killed right in front of her face, and she saw one of her teachers, etc. I don't want to get into it because I know it's emotional for her, but she is a super duper great writer. And she had said to me, she had mentioned maybe we should do a cipher based on writing, which could be dope. Maybe something we want to look into. So, I'm always want to support my fellow reaction channels and my good friends. So here's what we do. Check this out. This is the hardest piece she's ever written. So can you by April G Showers Fist Pump. That's how we do. So let's do this and see what's up. All right, G, what you got?
What up, YouTube fam? It's April G Showers back at y'all with a poem. Um, I just wrote this last night. Um, I'm doing something a little different with this one. It is called "So Can You," but this poem is a lot, not a whole lot different than what I normally write. But I go into detail about the school shooting,
Mm,
which I have never done before
mm.
in a piece of writing of mine. Never. I've never done it. Um,
I can tell you this. It's something that eventually you come to the point where you need to get that stuff out, and that's up to you and when you know you're supposed to do it. And I'm glad that you're allowing yourself to kind of, because this gets it off your chest and you can share it with a lot of other people.
I didn't know whether to just read it or whatever, but I picked out some music to go in the background with it, and I'm gonna do like spoken word with music in the background, and it's a lot harder than it looks, y'all. So just bear with me. This is very difficult for me to do. I hope y'all like it. I hope it helps someone. So yeah, it's called "Soaking You."
I'm just gonna let this go.
Been
I'm
a
gonna let it
little over
play.
2 hours.
We're gonna
Yeah,
listen to it,
very
and
difficult.
then I'll give my thoughts at the end.
Hope y'all like it.
Come on.
April G Squad is fun.
Now we do.
Let's get it.
Come on, let's get it. Come on, be strong. Be strong. Be strong. Be strong. Come
Have
on.
not watched the news since November of '95 when the school shooting happened and my best friend didn't survive. It was a Wednesday morning, just a normal school day. Around 7:50 a.m. when we heard shots in the hallway.
Mm.
At first we thought it was a prank, some kid just acting dumb, setting off firecrackers. Then everybody started to run. My best friend and I were in the hall. She had just bent down to get water from the fountain. Then again, we heard that sound. He had just shot two teachers in the other hallway, then rounded the corner and held the rifle up to aim. His target was another teacher standing by me and my friend. He aimed and took his shot and hit her by accident. I glanced down the hallway. There he stood in a black trench coat. My best friend stood up from the fountain, her eyes widened as she grabbed her throat. I just stood there in shock. She fell down to the ground. Kids were running and screaming. I'll never forget that sound. That teacher was yelling at us all, "Everyone to the lunch room." The double doors slammed shut. No one knew what to do. Two teachers and a student tackled him to the ground, took the rifle away, and just held him down. He was basically my neighbor. We all rode the bus together. Little did we know the day before that our lives would soon change forever. I remember
Mm.
getting back on the bus, just staring out out the window, wondering if she was alright the entire way back home. The next thing I remembered, I was sitting on the couch, listening to the news and radio with my mom in our house. Miss Foster passed away. Miss Yancey survived a gunshot wound to the head. Still in shock, I not cried. I just sat there waiting for an update on my friend. With every news report I heard, I thought, is this really happening? All of a sudden, on the radio, I heard them say her name. I quickly muted the TV so I could hear what they were saying. Please, God, let her be alright. Please say that she's stable. I'll never forget those words. Dying college just out on the operating table. I just sat there in complete shock. Didn't even shed a tear. We didn't go to school the next day. I was filled with so much fear. 2 days later, couldn't get on the bus because my friend was gone. So my mom drove me to school. I felt so scared and alone. I remember pulling up to the school, seeing the yellow crime scene tape, news reporters and cameras everywhere. My whole body began to shake. Then I walked in the front door, so quiet you could hear a pin drop. It felt like a living nightmare. I started crying and couldn't stop. That entire day at school, all any of us did was cry. No counseling, no therapy. We all just wondered why. See, back then that didn't happen, so no one knew what to do. We never talked about it. My life became unglued. I always wanted to be a teacher ever since I was a little girl. That day changed all of that. Hell, it changed my entire world. I began having flashbacks, daily panic attacks. Didn't feel safe anymore, wanted my friend and my life back. Diagnosed with PTSD, the anxiety I could not escape. Didn't know how to handle it, so I began to self-medicate. Started smoking weed at 16, felt some relief at last. It helped me to not have to feel the pain and grief from my past. Smoked it daily over 10 years and started trying new things. Being an addict was never a thought, or the consequences it brings. Got pregnant in '07, and I quit it all. I did it for my child though, and never thought I would fall. Had to have a C-section. The doctor gave me a prescription. I took them like I should at first. It quickly turned into addiction. Fast forward nearly 4 years later,
That was a
was
bar.
taking 40 to 60 a day.
Jeez.
I finally realized I had a problem when the choice was ripped away. I was a functioning addict, a nurse, a mom, paid my bills. No one knew how bad it was. My best friend was the pills. My phone rang in '04. It was my dad with some news. He said they found something on my little brother's brain. My mind I was about to lose. We went to a lot of doctors trying to find the answer. We were all devastated when they said, we're so sorry, it's brain cancer. At that time, my brother was just 11. I had not had my son yet, so I just take more and more, so the pain I could forget. He then went into remission, but me, I stayed addicted. I was so angry at God, I felt I deserved to be afflicted. So anyway, back to 2011, my son was then 3. I finally swallowed my pride and talked to my family. I went to rehab that August, so ashamed and full of guilt. But I knew I had to do it, so my life I could rebuild. I was there for 3 months, missed my son's 4th birthday. Felt like such a failure, but I stayed there anyway. By then my little brother was 17, and the cancer had come back. God, what else can possibly happen? Can you please cut me some slack? I came home that October. Everything felt so strange. Been addicted to drugs over 15 years. My whole life had to change. I got a sponsor, worked the steps, and it changed and saved my life. But recovery hasn't been easy. Been through much pain and strife. My little brother passed away. Watched him take his last breath. Thought nothing would be worse than the shooting and my best friend's death. But boy, was I so wrong. I just wanted to be dead. So 6 months after he died, I put a gun to my head. The only thing that stopped me from killing myself that night was the thought of my son or mom finding me, so I knew I had to fight. I put the gun up and fell to my knees, crying out to God for help. God, please let me know my brother's okay. Help me to help myself. I'd been up over 48 hours, so I laid on my left side in bed. I was half asleep, half awake, still wishing I was dead. When all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I felt someone's hand grab my right shoulder. I was confused, trying to understand. Then I saw my little brother's beautiful eyes, so bright and blue. Up in the clouds, I felt him hug me, and I knew God had answered my prayer and let me know he was okay. I sat up crying tears of comfort for the first time since he passed away. I then went back to nursing. Not gonna lie, it was hard, but I knew it's what I needed to do to get me out of the dark. Then a year later got a call. My big brother was very ill. I thought, here we go again. Is this seriously God's will? I then watched him take his last breath, February 2018. Why's my family going through this? It was so hard to stay clean. Then I began having medical issues, could not work anymore, lost my home, my peace of mind, and just cried out, why me, Lord? My son and I moved in with my mom. I was in a state of bad depression, stayed isolated in my room, writing in music was my therapy session. Then I found these things called reactions, while binge watching YouTube, loved every minute of it and thought, this is something I could do. However, I was very hesitant due to my physical looks, my age, my teeth, just everything. So my head, I just shook. But I kept on watching them. No Life Shack was my inspiration. Then went to a live stream one night and that chat and script work were my motivation. Then November 10th, I did my first reaction. I was so very nervous, but it brought me satisfaction. Now here it is 6 months later, and I am now April G. Showers. Never thought this could happen by just watching YouTube for hours. I never thought I'd be a 40-year-old YouTuber with nearly 3K subs. So if you're feeling hopeless, I'm proof of what can happen by not giving up. Yes, I have many haters. I'm told daily I'm wasting my time, but I know I'm doing what I'm meant to do, and no one will ever change my mind. So if you're feeling alone, depressed, lost, and worthless, I've been there as well, and I promise you have a purpose. Don't listen to the negativity. Always keep pushing through. I guess what I'm trying to say is if I can do it, so can you. That was very difficult. I'm like shaking. So that was So Can You. Did the best I could. I hope y'all like it. I hope it helps someone. It pretty much speaks for itself. This was very, very difficult. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Be honest. Like this video on your way out. A lot more important than you think. Please subscribe to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I don't even know what to say, because if I start getting into something, whoo, I'm already, gassed a little bit by this. That's a very, very, very emotional thing to share, a very personal and private thing to share. It's basically her putting everything that she struggled with in her life and becoming transparent to the world that this is who I am, this is what I've been through. But she took it and flipped it around and told you who she is now, even under all of those circumstances that she just talked about. She still got her head up high, standing strong, motivating and encouraging other people. If I had more thumbs, I'd give 85 million thumbs up. That's a huge thing to do, to put out for the world to see. Probably one of the most heart-wrenching things I've listened to in quite some time. I'm very proud of you for doing it, G. So April G. Showers, fist pump. Good job with that. Hey, if you like the content here, man, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell, hit the like button, comment, let me know, anything I can share with her. If you're new to the channel, man, welcome to Peerless Recordings. I mean, this isn't typically what we do, but this is how we do. We support each other. We put our time into people who put their time back into us, and we appreciate everything about it. So hey, we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.